Have you been reading all the gentle parenting books and trying your best to be a gentle and kind parent, probably because you were punished really harshly when you were a child? I had that exact same experience too, and we're going to give you reasons why it's not working and solutions on what you can do instead. We're Bonnie and Thomas Liotta, and we help parents who come to us from all over the world transform the most disruptive and defiant child behavior into the most outstanding, kind, cooperative, confident children ever. And it's not through authoritarian, harsh style parenting, you do what I do because I said so. And it's not through this whole gentle parenting, getting on their level, making eye contact and explaining to them why what they did was wrong or why they can't have what's important to them, or mostly why you need to maintain your boundary. But there's something special in the middle that Thomas brought to me back in 2011. Hallelujah, helped me save my family, and now we're helping families everywhere do the same thing.
Yes. So I'm not saying that the system's rigged for you parents out there, but it's rigged. Whether it's authoritarian, authoritative, permissive, or neglectful, they don't care which one you pick, because at the end of the day, you know who's losing? It's the one that's the most important. It's the kids.
Yes.
And we're going to refer to them as a genius offspring. Now, here's the fifth element that they don't want you to know about. But it's a path that I went because I was out of the traditional way of everything that was taught. And it sounds something like this. I see a little genius who's just embracing her own uniqueness, and they've entrusted me to be their big kid trusted advisor, to have not some, not most, but all, which is as close to 100% their best interest on how the world works, so they can do it in their own unique way rather than the way that I want them to do it. And when you have that sacred relationship, you can step into having them come to you, show them the good, the bad, and the ugly. So when they do go out there and they're not around you, they've already been trained, certified, and have plenty of experience to know the three, because after that, there is no other option for them to experience. And because of that proactive approach, they'll be able to outwit, outplay, and outlast any obstacle that's stopping you from stepping into your power.
No, that was awesome, Tom. Great explanation. I want to just break it down a little bit further so that everybody can kind of understand what we're saying. We've all heard of the story of the three little bears. And Goldilocks comes along and she eats Daddy Bear's porridge and she's like, oh, that's too hot. She goes to Mama Bear's porridge. Oh, that's too cold. She goes to Baby Bear's porridge and it's just right. So up until now, all we've had to choose from is this harsh authoritarian parenting, come in harsh, spanking, whatever,
Too hot.
or too hot, or we come in as this so-called gentle parent and we put our kids in timeouts, and don't tell me that they don't use timeouts, because I saw the #1 gentle parenting expert doing a timeout with her toddler just the other day. So I know parents are still using timeouts, and we think that, or we've been taught to get on their level and explain things to them. But kids can't think abstract. So when I met Tom and I saw him with my kids back in 2011, I saw this most beautiful, empowering language that taught the children cause and effect. You see, we're being taught that every time your child does something you don't like, we should come in, they need to have a consequence, we need to discipline. But discipline has always meant to teach. But I have been searching for 13 years since I met Tom and I was introduced to Creating Champions for Life. Any parenting philosophy focused on child goals, focused on teaching life skills, focused on role playing, or what did Carlos call it? Creating a simulation. Is that what they call it?
Yes, doing simulations.
Doing simulations, acting it out. You see, proactive attention will remove any need for reactive attention. And this is how we're able to turn children's lives around. we're going to give you an example here of the good, the bad, the ugly, and we're going to use Finding Nemo movie as an example because there's a lot of power in that movie, and we just watched it this weekend with our 2-year-old granddaughter. And the part where Nemo gets to go to school for the very first time, and he's all excited to be with his friends, and Marlin, the dad, is very terrified that something's going to happen to Nemo and that Nemo might not be able to do the things that the other fish could do because he had like a little fin. So give an example of what dad could have done versus, don't you dare touch that boat, Nemo. If you touch that boat, and he started dictating on it. He went from gentle parenting to authoritarian parenting real quick.
It looks like this. One, if you want to be safe, stay on this side of the area. If you want something bad to happen, go off the cliff. And if you want something ugly, go all the way out to the boat. You see, whatever one he picks, one, you can live longer, you can have a bad accident, or you could actually die. You see, when you tell the kids the truth,
yes,
the truth sets us free. And what I mean by this is that they're going to learn. If you come up to them or they come up to you and you don't tell them, don't do that, but because I said so,
you create oppositional defiant disorder.
Which means they're going to go to their friends who have no experience, or they're going to do it on their own, and they're going to learn easy way or hard way. But if you let them know the truth, you see, it's not a threat. All parenting is round around that threat stuff, but it's called a promise.
Yeah. That's awesome. And then believing that Nemo would make the right choice. Yeah, so this whole idea that your children should just obey you when you speak or else I said so, blah, 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 that's off the mark. And the whole idea that your children are going to understand what you're saying when you get on their level to negotiate with them, well, that's off the mark. And those are the two main reasons we're literally losing our kids. And I mean that. If you have a child diagnosed with a behavior disorder right now, and maybe they're 3, 4, or 5, that child is going to be a 15-year-old with the same beliefs about them, that there's something wrong with them, when really it was in the parenting. And I've seen these transformations again and again and again. So what we're talking about here is principle-based, the law of cause and effect. Their actions can produce something great, or their actions can produce something bad. And we must give our children an opportunity to grow and to learn and to choose and to experience life. That's how you're going to authentically connect with them, create a bonding relationship with them where your children are looking at you in awe, like you're their greatest hero, and they get to rise up and feel really great about themselves from the inside out, because they'll know that everything that they produce in their life is because of their actions and not because this big human being is on them and telling them so. Harsh or gentle, either way, too hot, too cold, creating champions for life, right in the middle. On Saturday, we posted a video on what never to say to kids if you want more cooperation, and you can watch that by clicking right over there. And if you're looking for help with a defiant child, we provide links in the description below.
So until we meet again,
here's to our parenting success.
Cheers, everybody.